Testing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a minute. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay, I had to fix that. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the stream. Um, it's been a minute, you know. I'd say probably like a week, maybe even two. Been very busy lately. Had to get things out the way, and unlike other content creators, I take my life a lot more serious. My bad, guys. All right, we are officially back. Okay, so I take my life serious. I gotta, you know, take care of self before I hop on a platform. But anyway, y'all, um, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we're gonna be talking about the government shutdown today, and we need to discuss the hows and the whys as to why people are, becoming a danger to society because of how they feel about, and it's not even about the government shutdown, y'all. It's really about food stamps. A lot of people is going crazy over the food stamps. According to their numbers, they say that it is over 42 million people right now that is on food stamps. And if you ask me, I believe that it is more than that. I believe it's more than that. We're gonna pin the topic. The topic will always be below. Um, Let me play a little background music for y'all. Sounds a little boring, but see, the truth is boring. That's the thing. The truth is boring, and a lot of people they don't like the truth. They don't want to hear it. It's not entertaining enough. Um, so turn this down. Okay. You know, the truth is that this government shutdown is about to all cause mass chaos. It already is. People are on the internet talking about what it is that they would like to do, and honestly, people just they want to get their rocks off. People they have been criminals in the making. Real talk. They just needed that one thing to spark it. You know. Um. Yep. Stay on topic and stay respectful. Yep. Disrespectful comments will always get you removed. Always remember that. Um. If you want to engage, you are more than welcome to engage. You're more than welcome to your own opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion. But just be respectful with it. That's all we ask, you know? Um, yep, I'm here and I'm here to tell the truth. Now, this live stream is not going to be too long this time. And I'll be sure of that because today I got a lot of other things that I have to do. So I can't stay on here too long. Um, it's sad because there is people out there that don't have a criminal record, never have had a criminal record. They've always said to themselves, I'll never commit a crime. But deep down inside, it's that fire inside of them. And all they need is for somebody to tell them something that they don't want to hear. And trust and believe. Trust and believe. That's all they need. Because that is what's going to spark it all up. Now, we have had multiple government shutdowns in the past. Unfortunately, this one is we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know the real results, guys. Okay. I would not be surprised, like I stated before, if they are trying to scare the people and to uh you know, how can I say it? I wouldn't be surprised if they just trying to scare people to make people believe, that this is what they need to go and do. Just go steal. Because, it's people talking about how they're going to go steal out of the stores, blatantly. People are fed up and it's not okay. And I want to say that it's not okay for them to be fed up. Because you want to know why did I say that? First of all, we're not supposed to rely on man. It states that in the scriptures. And the system, you know what? The people are what makes the system. The system didn't just create itself, like I said before. The people are what helps the system to keep going. So if everybody just decides to stop all at once, then the system will stop too. See, these people, they believe that they have the control because there's masses of people that is allowing them to take that control. A lot of people like to be controlled and they would prefer to be controlled than to control themselves. A lot of people don't have self-control and they lack self-control because they rely heavily on man to control them. That's why they go to psychiatrists and therapists and stuff like that and they get on these medications because they believe that medications can control them. You know, I'm seeing way too many, and there's a few videos that we're gonna react to today, by the way. Um, and this is pertaining to the government shutdowns, food stamps. First and foremost, I would like to say that we are literally 2 days away from November the 1st. So the thing is, are we going to see mass chaos across the United States of America in the month of November because there is over 42 million people, which in my eyes, I believe that there is more, that will be without food stamps. You know, I always looked at the help from the system, assistance from the system as temporary because we can't expect for this stuff to be permanent. See, people, they got too comfortable and they start to feel like, oh, this I'm gonna receive this for the rest of my life. No, because it can get cut off at any given second. And then what? People go to church every Sunday. Majority of the people that is on assistance, they go to church every Sunday. Some of them don't. But for the ones that go to church, what are you really going to church for? What is your whole purpose of going to church on Sunday? What do you pray for? And when I say what do you pray for, I'm not asking you like what do you ask God for? No, I'm asking you why are you praying? What's your whole purpose of saying a prayer? Do you believe that God has your best interest or the system does? Because this whole entire government shutdown also has exposed how the world is, everybody pretty much depends on the system. They depend on man. I mean, unfortunately, it's the same people that go to church every Sunday. The same people that be hooping and hollering in the streets, holding up signs saying Jesus is King. Wearing shirts saying Jesus is King. Opening up the Bible and reading the scriptures to you and quoting scriptures. Telling you. I'm sorry, I ain't see your comments. You said those folks been evil just using the government shutdown to block their truth and hurt, which is to exactly, that's what I'm saying. They're using the shutdown. See, they already, like I said, that was already instilled in them. They just needed they needed this. They needed this. Now they feel relieved because now they know that they're not alone. Now they know that there is more people that is willing to go right the hell with them. Because first and foremost, when you allow certain things to control your mindset and control what you're going to do as a person, if you allow these things to make you not have any self-control, then the universe is pretty much tormenting you at this point. So you going through hell in your head because you're letting the devil speak to you. You said it hadn't even made November, but everyone's scared. Like it's the 29th of October. We got 2 more days, approximately 2 more days until November the 1st. And I'm not saying this to scare anybody. You know what I'm saying? But my biggest question today is, what are y'all gonna do? What are you gonna do? Because it's no secret. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everybody is struggling financially. This is Bible prophecy that is unfolding, and people need to understand that. So not an ounce of protest, going to your local politicians, going to the news station to be heard, going here, going there, none of that. Marching, all of that, it ain't gonna help. It's not gonna stop the wrath that is upon America. That's the truth. Um, right. You said literally a temporary fix that forced the folks to depend on them. Exactly. You know, because see, um, give me 1 second. Because see, when people start seeing like a consistent income, more than, I would say more than 6 months, more than a year, and they start seeing a consistent income, and they start seeing that they don't have to really bust a move or do anything to receive that income, rather it's cash assistance from the state or food stamps from the state, they're going to, I'm sorry guys, I don't own any copyrights to that. They get comfortable after a while, and it's like, man, I love this. And then they just start bragging to everybody about what they get, and people are that comfortable with the government assistance, to the point where they pretty much brag on it, you know? And people, instead of using it as a tool, 1 second, y'all. You said they don't even realize they are in the matrix. Exactly. And that's what we're going to really be talking about today. We're going to be talking about how pretty much the whole world is in the matrix and they don't see anything wrong with it. All they know is they're not receiving their stamps in the month of November, even though November did not get here yet. Oh, well, they told us we're not. Yeah, they have said a lot. They've told us a lot in the past and turned around, and it was just fear monger. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Everybody might get their stamps at the end of November. They might get stimulus checks instead. So yeah, they said the food stamps is gonna go off in November, but we don't know. For real. That right there is putting your trust in man because you're trusting their word. You trust in what they got to say. You ain't even trusting God. Everybody is ignoring the fact that at this point we need to trust God and we should have been trusting him. Say the government shut down. Now everyone upset about having to control. You know what I'm saying? Having to control themselves. How are you upset and angry at the world, at everybody else, because you not receiving your stamps? Y'all ain't the only ones. A lot of us are on food assistance. Notice I said us. On food assistance. Ain't no shame in my game. Because a lot of people, over 42 million, I'm telling you, I feel like it's more than that. Over 42 million people are on food assistance. What does that tell you? So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and react to this video. And hubby, can you please bring me some water? Shout out to my husband, y'all. He is the moderator on this stream. So y'all be respectful, because if you don't, he will kick you out. Just to let you know. Notice the arrow that is behind me above the feelings wheel simply says it's the journey, because that's exactly what it is. And a lot of people don't understand that, because to them, it's the destination. Appreciate you. Because to them, it's the destination. It's not the journey. What is the journey? The journey it's your life. It's your life. That's the journey. It ain't nobody else's life. It's yours. Go your own way. Do your own thing. Don't follow everybody else. Stop following the latest trends. Cause where is it gonna land you? But anyway, let's go ahead and look at this video. And like I said, this is about the government shutdown pretty much. The name of this is called Food Stamps Are Ending and People Are Panicking. And this is by Yak Motley. He has a lot of reactions that he does, which is pretty good. So I want to give him his credit. Don't want to take none of his videos. Yeah. Let's look and see what is going on in the world. You know, what is really up? How do people really feel? Mind you, it's not November yet, and all it took was for them to tell the whole United States of America, pretty much, hey, you won't be getting any stamps in the month of November. And yeah, everything is got doggone expensive, but figure out how you gonna make it now. Because we're shutting down the government. So you figure it out. Now, this is my question before I start this video. Being that everything is so expensive, right? How in the hell were y'all figuring it out? When you were getting your stamps, I'm sure that it was not enough for you to be able to survive off of for the whole month, right? So how were you making a way? How? Oh yeah, because I get paid for my job. So I was taking that money. Okay, there we go. You were still making it, right? Without the stamps. Because I just want to let you know right now, um, we have became so disciplined with ours because we already know that it ain't no joke out here. This stuff is expensive, okay? Food has, man, vegetables is expensive. Food is extremely expensive. It's to the point where you don't even know if you want to go out to eat, get some takeout, or just get something from the grocery store. It seemed like from the grocery store or the restaurant don't even matter now. That's how expensive it is, right? So, um, you know, we were we have became disciplined with the assistance because $1,000 in food stamps won't even last a month, especially if you're not being disciplined enough with it. Real talk. Um, you said ain't no discipline in the ghetto community. Well, I don't know who you referring to or what you mean. Kind of sort of know what you mean, but I hope you being respectful at the same time towards me, the person that's talking. But if you're talking about the black community, you're right. There is no discipline in the black community because they take their stamps and they spend it on chips and juices and pops and just all this unhealthy stuff. They spend it on the most unnecessary. At this point, this should teach you to spend wisely and use it on things that can last. Because there are situations like this that will happen, and those politicians don't give a damn. They're going to continue to be rich and shit on the poor, you know? So anyway, my biggest question is if your food stamps was not helping you to make it through a whole month, because we know that things are expensive. It's so expensive that you can literally spend $200 in food stamps within a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. But I do know most, well, as in the state of Illinois, um a single person gets what, $298 in food stamps, right? One single person gets $298 in food stamps. Now, when you go to the grocery store and you need food in your house, it's gonna take at least over 150, close to $200 to fill up your fridge to make sure you get. I mean, and honestly, it don't even fill up your fridge. You know, I went to the grocery store before and I got some food, some food that was gonna last us, you would think, for like a week at least, but the food only lasted for like 2 to 3 days, and guess how much it was? Trust me, it was well over $100. And you just trying to make a meal, prep a meal for the week, and that alone is expensive. You know, I've never had to spend over $40 on a meal. Matter of fact, I've never had to spend over $50 in the past over a meal that can last us, you know what I'm saying, for at least a week or a few days. It has got to the point where if you need to prep a meal for a week, that's going to cost you. That's going to cost you. And it's crazy. So imagine $298 for a single person trying to make it in 2025. I'm already knowing that those stamps is not going to last you unless you spend it wisely. And understand that if you do the wrong thing now because of these stamps that's going off, where is that going to land you? How is that going to help you? Trust me, when your stamps ran out, you were still making it. People don't even realize that. They don't even see how they were making it. Anyway, Yak Motley, let's go ahead with this. Oh, I'm sorry. It's muted.
I know one motherfucking thing. I go to sleep one night in the year 20.
Okay, let's go back.
Y'all gotta fix this now. I don't have nothing to do with that shutdown. I'm stressed out. I'm thinking about my money, and I'm helping other people keep it. I know one motherfucking thing. If I go to sleep one night in the year 2025, and I wake up that next day in the year 2025, and it ain't no more food stamps in the world of the United States of the Americas, and we got
in the United States, first of all, sir. First, man, you know what? I'ma just be quiet.
to eat rotel dip for Thanksgiving. I'm crashing out to the foot.
And see, that's exactly what the hell is the problem now. The reason, hold on, let me set this camera real quick right here. Because before we go back to this video, the biggest reason why everybody is spazzing out, and I forgot about that because I don't celebrate holidays. That's probably why. But Thanksgiving is coming up and people are going insane. This, you know what? Let's make America great again. This is what they're saying. Let's make America great again. Let's watch mass chaos across the world unfold. Well, how, Mr. President? Simple. All we have to do is just shut down the government, turn off the food stamps all across the United States, and just watch the chaos unfold and watch how the people love us so much. Watch how they love the system so much that they are willing to die and go to jail for the system, for the system, for the system, for the government. Just just watch. Just watch what we do. You know, in the stroke of a pen. And a lot of people are so livid right now because in a month from now, we have what you call Thanksgiving here in the United States of America, right? And of course, across other countries as well, but I don't know how they celebrate that. But I do know in the United States of America, people like to celebrate Thanksgiving now. And then when you take away those food stamps, you're taking away their Thanksgiving. But I thought that y'all celebrate Thanksgiving because you're thankful, right? So you only gonna be thankful when you get your food stamps? Wow. I mean, wow. Let's be 100. Things is so expensive, right? I'm trying to figure out how. Just tell me how were you gonna be able to spend were y'all gonna spend all y'all food stamps on Thanksgiving dinner? On Thanksgiving though? No, I was gonna use my, what I get paid for as well. Oh, so you were gonna spend up your food stamps for Thanksgiving and also your checks that you're getting. But I thought everything was so expensive. Exactly. That's the problem though. It's the fact that The pagan holidays is coming, and people need to celebrate. And when they can't celebrate, like I've been saying in my previous streams since last year, bro, since last year, when they can't celebrate, they get pissed off. They get angry. This right here is what I'm showing y'all right now. People are pissed and angry because they want to celebrate Thanksgiving and they can't do it without the government. They need the government to celebrate Thanksgiving. You said crashing out over a man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little blind today. I don't know what's going on. Crashing out over a holiday that the government created. Come on, man. I ain't even think of that one. Crashing out over a holiday that the government created is diabolical. Diabolical. And you said, "Oh, I thought y'all believing in God. I thought y'all was believing in God's word. Thanksgiving ain't in the Bible. None of these pagan holidays are actually. But let's get going because we don't have much time."
This thing of the goddamn law. Cause who in the fuck told y'all to fuck with our food stamp?
Nobody. Y'all better lock y'all cars at night. Lock your cars. Lock your house up. If you're one of the people that just leave your car unlocked, parked in your driveway, you better lock it.
Government's starting to cut off food stamps, and the internet is.
I wonder why she said that. She looked like she's about ready to say, "You better have everything before I eat. Before I take what you have." I'm trying to see, is she trying to warn the people that she's going to be the one to steal from you and push you out the way and take your groceries? Or is why is she saying it? I just really want to know. No disrespect. So anyway, let's go ahead.
Going nuts. You got to hear about what everybody's saying. People are crashing out. People are worried, and people are worried about going hungry. And we got to worry about people starting to break into stuff. So let's listen to some of these videos, and let's get right to it. I want to know all your thoughts. Comments down below. What everybody's got to say. Let's go.
And I want to know why they ain't put my food stuff on their car. Do what? I done been waiting. I done did my application. And I got 3 handicapped babies. I need to know why my food stamp ain't on my car. This is not right. This ain't fair. I don't care about no shutdown and none of that. But I've been calm. I've been calling. Everybody ignoring me. I done been here 3, 4, 5 times. I want to know why ain't my food stamps on my car. I got 9 babies to feed.
This girl been waiting all this.
And you think they care about you out of 42 million people? So you think they are just gonna they're just gonna put your stamps back on your car because you said so? You feel me? Call Trump. But see, Trump is just their puppet. See, they chose Trump to help them pretty much create mass chaos across the world. They needed him. He was chosen to do this.
Ma'am, I done been called, I done been down here, and this is, I'm tired.
Sad.
I done been there, done did all that, and still ain't put my food stamps on because of this shutdown. This is not fair. I'm tired, I done did all that. Now I need to know what a supervisor or somebody. I need somebody to help me. I got 9 kids.
And this is exactly why we all need to come together. I'm not talking about black unity at this point. I am talking about people. Nations wouldn't have to rise against nations if nations would come together. But I mean, we are already seeing nations rise against nations, and we've been seeing that. But it's just at this time, and not just for this, but we just need to come together and help each other, man. People steady keep talking about grow your own food. That takes time for sure. That take time. Real talk. And I'm not knocking that because yes, I feel like, you should have your own homegrown food and stuff like that. I see people growing food indoors, outdoors, you know, stuff like that. But at the same time, it takes time. How are we gonna help each other in these times? Right now, if November comes and November passes through and people still have not received their food stamps and people are already suffering financially and stuff like that. Instead of crashing out, how about we come together and figure out how we can help one another as a community, you know, so that people can, these kids can eat too.
9 kids. 4 of them ain't mine. I'm taking care of other people's kids. I'm old. I'm tired. I got arthritis. I'm tired of coming back and forth down here about my food stamp. I done had an appointment now. They told me my card money supposed to be on my card. It ain't on there yet. Y'all gotta fix this now. I don't have nothing to do with that shutdown. I'm stressed out. I'm a single mama and I'm helping other people's kids. Now I need.
So you casting your burdens upon others because of you being tired at home, sick and tired of your personal life. You sick and tired of taking other people of taking care of other people's kids. Well, if you that tired, then maybe you should figure out how you can have somebody else take care of them instead of you. If you sick and tired, because see, that's another conversation for another day, but I just want to let y'all know that a lot of parents out here or people that are taking care of other people's kids, they really do hate these children. They really do.
My steps now. I ain't gonna keep going through this. I'm already going through a lot of things. I came down here. This is my 5th time coming down. I had an interview and all. Now this ain't fair. Y'all doing this. This ain't fair. I done been all right there. Y'all done did.
Mind you, we have went through a government shutdown before, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe that, we didn't get our food stamps then. I got to do my research, but please let me know if I'm correct or not. But I think I do remember that time though. Nobody got stamps, or there was a select they selected a few states that didn't give food stamps or whatever to the residents. But yeah, I mean, people keep acting brand new like this is just something brand new that they have to experience. But the reason why is because yeah, people are too prideful, but it's the fact that people have become so comfortable with getting temporary assistance.
My interview and all that. I still ain't got my steps. Still ain't got my steps. Y'all done let them people shut down the government. Now they ain't gonna give me my steps. It's so sad. And I don't want to go to jail. Because that's where I'm going next when it comes.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Did you hear this woman who's probably never committed a crime a day in her life? Who knows? Maybe she did. But she said, I don't want to go to jail. But that's where I'm going next over some food stamps. Let's go, bro.
These babies. Now I gotta go steal and shit. Now I gotta go steal food to put in my house. Y'all ain't got no boxes of food here? Y'all ain't got no food to give me? Y'all don't have nothing to give me? Don't be recording me, man. Don't be recording me. Place like that. Don't record me.
Y'all better lock y'all cars at night. Lock your cars. Lock your house up. If you're one of the people that just leave your car unlocked, parked in your driveway, you better lock it. With the food stamps being gone and people not gonna have people gonna eat. Okay, nobody's just gonna. This is 2025. Nobody's just not gonna.
Mind you, I just want to say this, man, before we listen to her. First and foremost, bro, the only reason why people are talking now is because they decided to take food stamps out, to shut the food stamps off. Now people are talking, but mind you, before they even said anything about food stamps getting shut off, wasn't nobody saying nothing. Nobody was saying nothing. People were living their lives comfortably as the government was shut down. People were still going to work. People were still spending money. People were just spending their money like crazy. But the minute that they said that ain't nobody getting no food stamps, now everybody is talking.
Nobody's food stamps. I'm telling you right now. Even with the government shutdown and the food stamps and stuff being gone for next month, and it's gonna affect everybody. There's about to be a lot of stuff going on, okay? I'm not even going to talk about it too much because, hey, you know what's about to happen. Lock your cars, lock them. Y'all commissary?
Did you hear what's going on with Trump and them? Apparently, they shut down November and December food stamp. I just got a note from them saying they're going to shut my food stamps. Ohio, you bet not. You bet not feed in that allegation. You better pay me my food stamps. I better get my food stamps. Let me not get no food stamps November and December. Free me. Get my commissary out, because I'm taking up the stove and taking everything. Making my way downtown to the White House. I'm going to White House. Quick. I'm going to the White House. Quick. I'm going to the White House. To me. If they're going to cut off food stamps, bitch, 5-figure discount. What? What the fuck are y'all going to do when they cut off food stamps?
She definitely looked like a female, the female version of what's his name? But at the same time though, ma'am, you definitely look like you committed a few crimes in your life. You could tell just by looking at the damn tattoos all across your face. You ain't even gotta tell nobody what you gonna do. They gonna look at you and automatically already know what it is. Just man.
You are just so funny. The affirmation of your day is to mind your fucking business, sir, and go feed your kids and start creeping with your cousin and also sleeping with the neighbor's dog.
I tell you, people are mad, but here's what I don't understand. Why are they taking their frustrations out on everyday people and the supermarket and not the politicians that turn the stamps off? I mean, we've all allowed these politicians.
Because they rely heavily on the politicians that turned their food stamps off. And they don't want to do any harm to the politicians that turned their food stamps off, because they feel like they'll go to jail. They'll go to prison. They'll have to do prison time. But see, my thing is, if you still out the store and you get caught doing it and you do it gladly, oh, you gonna gladly take your ass to jail for real.
Don't pay their light bill if they can't sell food stamps.
Okay, let's go back.
And we're still trying to figure this stuff out as a nation, because every political change, we get a new policy here.
And also, all these people gonna pay their light bill if they can't sell food stamps. Cause y'all know a lot of people be selling their stamps, right? So how they gonna sell? How they gonna?
Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't even know what to say about that one. All I can say is, man, she just told it all. At that point, she just told it all. Just if it looks like her video already went viral, so I mean, the fact that her video went viral, I'm sure that they're going to clean that up and fix that up and make it to where, you know what? I do feel like they're going to turn the stamps back on, but now it's going to come with some stipulations, bro. And then we ain't talking, oh, you got to work a part-time job and you got to be at work for 20 hours at least, blah, blah, blah. And you have to be able-bodied and all that, or none-able, however you say it. But I don't even feel like it's going to be that. I feel like now they're going to make it to where, you cannot do exactly what she said, which is sell your stamps. You cannot buy certain meats. It's probably going to be just like WIC. WIC is a very controlling it's a very controlling assistance, if you ask me, because my child does not drink whole milk. So why are you making me choose whole milk, or what is the other one? It's either whole milk or lactose intolerant. Because if she's not drinking whole milk, then she must be lactose intolerant. I said no, she's not. She just don't really like milk. Well, oh, she's lactose intolerant. No, she's not lactose intolerant. She just don't. Dairy is just not her thing. Okay, she's not a fan of milk. So they make you either get that or lactose, intolerant the lactose free milk or whatever the hell it is, that's extremely nasty. But I feel like overall food stamps is going to turn into WIC. Okay, it is going to be for every and watch how many people decide they don't even want that, because it's like, oh, I can't buy my steaks and my shrimps and my fish, and this, and I can't get my kids they snacks. I can't get no pops. I gotta get this BS, these veggies. I don't want this. Like, watch how many people, if it, and it, that's just my opinion. I feel like, uh, I mean, that's just my theory. I feel like it's a possibility that that can happen, or they might just turn the stems back on, you know, and they might wait until December to do it, or January, who knows, or the end of November, who knows. You say I remember them days. Used to use mine for my phone bill.
How they gonna pay their rent? How they gonna pay their light bill? And they can't sell stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know somebody. I'm just trying to figure it out, because the food stamps we have in multi purposes now.
How do they sell food stamps? Somebody tell me down below. How does a person sell their stamps? Is it on a card? And don't you present it at the register? Is there a fiduciary duty that the shopping mart doesn't allow somebody to use the card for somebody else's stuff, like at the commissary, like on the Navy Exchange? Like, how does this stuff work? How do you sell your stamps? And in that fraud, like, how does all this stuff work and people not get caught?
Right.
Well, a lot of these stores do it all the time. A lot of these convenience stores, they, buy food stamps from people on the low. And that's how they get their money, you know? Just want to let you know. I mean, it's inside jobs being done at the public, what we call it in Chicago is the public aid office, which is where you go to go get your food stamps. A lot of inside jobs is being done where they're actually stealing your food stamps. So yeah, it's a lot of fraud going on with food stamps and Medicaid too, believe it or not.
Here's my plea for help. I'm coming back from the Dollar Tree after buying some cat food for my ferrets and some pee pads so I can clean their cage. And I officially have zero money to my name. My bank account is negative $146.99. I have been Grubhubbing and Amazon flexing for the last 2 weeks. And that's barely gonna get me, like, write it in my account and ready.
From my experience of doing Amazon Flex, Amazon Flex, right? You gotta work. They got you doing like 4 5 hour shifts, and the most that you probably will get paid for the day is probably $100. That's the most. But I think you will probably have to work like 7 hours, 6 7 hours in order to get $100. But yeah, Amazon Flex they be lowballing, and honestly, like, that's, yeah, you get paid daily if you choose to, or you can get paid weekly or bi-weekly or whatever, however you choose to set up your payments. But when you get paid day by day, you're making between, uh, let me see, I would say 30 to $100. And also, that is just enough to put gas in your car and maybe get you a little something to eat.
For my next bill to come out, I still need to pay a $1,000 bill at this point because I'm a month behind. So now it's two payments of
Facts. America is a fraud, and that's what a lot of people ain't even looking at. I mean, it's such a fraud that you got a United States president with 34 felonies that's still in office right now.
500. I've been trying at this.
Wait, what did she say?
$1,000 bill at this point.
Okay, let's go back.
And that's barely gonna get me, like, write it in my account and ready for my next bill to come out. I still need to pay a $1,000 bill at this point because I'm a month behind. So now it's two payments of 500. I've been trying at this since July, to get my website up and going and get some people on that, or to just be entertaining and stuff. I know I'm boring as shit. I know my TikToks are not anything that anyone wants to watch, but I need some help. So help me out. Like, share, comment, check out my GoFundMe, check out.
A lot of people are hurting. I understand it. The economy is terrible. I've been talking about it.
She said, my GoFundMe, ma'am, you are one out of how many Americans that need help at this point. So everybody might as well create a GoFundMe account then at this point.
Food stamps should be mandatory for mothers that have 2 or more children. Stay with me now. If we are qualified to receive a certain amount of money during tax time per child, we should be qualified for food stamps automatically. If they say you can get $2,000 per child that's over a certain age and under a certain age, why we can't get at least $100 per child that we have? And to be honest, I really feel like we should get $200 per child. So if I have 5 kids, I should get at least $1,000 a month for food stamps. Do y'all know how?
Ma'am, I ain't gonna lie to you, $1,000 ain't even gonna help per month unless you are disciplined enough, because a lot of y'all is saying, oh, at least this amount. Y'all just want to spend up all your stamps on, pagan holidays, and obviously you look like, if you got 5 kids, you do be buying them chips and juices and pops and stuff like that. And man,
high groceries are. Do you know how many times I go to Walmart per week? I just feel like if we can get all this money during tax time, they should have that same energy when.
Now, one thing that she said that is true, and she said, "Do you not know how many times I go to Walmart per week?" I can relate, because it has gotten to the point where you can't even spend up all your stamps in one day. Because at one point it was like that. I mean, not spending it up all in one day, but you would be able to get everything that you need for your house that can last you for a whole month and still have, assistance left over. But now it got to the point where it's like you to narrow it down to either going to the grocery store daily whenever you need to get there, or weekly, because if you run out of food daily or every 2 days, if you ask me, then you will be back at the grocery store again. So yeah, it seemed like pretty much every week we go into the store as well.
When it comes to food for our kids should not go without food. And I know we the mamas and we gonna make it shake regardless. But there should be one thing we shouldn't have to worry about. So them food stamps need to be coming every single month on that same day.
Or what? If they don't come, or what? You see, they saying they need to be coming. Right, it's the journey. And see, people don't want to let this stuff play out. They really afraid, and they trying to act like, oh, I'll go to jail today, but you really scared though.
What is she quite talking about? She talking about having like $100 extra to pay for the going and coming from the store per kid. Not only the food stamps, but also like
no disrespect, but I just want to look at the clips.
Course are we gonna do on this?
Everybody mad. Trump about to cut off 2 million people off food stamps. Y'all rushing to the food stamp office trying to figure it out. But you wasn't trying to figure it out when you was out here living your best life, going to concerts, getting your outfits done, getting your nails done, getting your hair done. But you got a full refrigerator full of government groceries. You literally...
Okay, he's way too effeminate for me, so we're gonna have to fast forward, bro. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Where's the masculinity? Real talk, man. I ain't with all that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Watch a grown man act like a woman like me is very uncomfortable. I'm sorry. A grown man, though, to watch a grown man act like a woman like me, is very uncomfortable.
That's what that loud noise is outside. It's Naval Air Station.
Yeah,
I'm going to say something that might upset some people, but it is what it is. Most of you know that I do DoorDash, and while doing DoorDash, I noticed that you can use your EBT card for DoorDash. So not only do people not have to pay for their groceries, they also don't even have to get up off their couch. They can just yell at me through the chat to give them everything that they want. And let me tell you, it's not a cart full of fresh vegetables, fruits, and meats.
Yep.
It's always processed food and garbage.
Yep.
Now,
oh man, I'm telling you, man, I used to do the grocery thing on DoorDash, and when I used to do Instacart. I'm telling you, man, the stuff that people get, you would look like, man, what the hell you need this for? Like, people just get straight junk. They do.
I am all for a leg up, not a lifestyle. People need help, and I'm glad that this country offers the way for people to get a little bit of help that they need. What I'm not okay with is where EBT is allowed. DoorDash should not allow EBT customers. Sorry. Did you know, if I just walked in the wrong...
That's wild. I did not know that is true. Can you DoorDash with a EBT card? I mean, come on, government.
Yep. You can do it on Uber Eats. Not and okay, I think this is the end of his video, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. Yep, that's the end. So okay, since we talking about that real quick, I just want to say, like, yeah, I used to do DoorDash and Instacart, Shipped, you name it. And honestly, yes, you can. Unfortunately, yeah, they have got it to where they got the grocery stores on there. So, people. I understand they trying to make things convenient for people now, but honestly, people are becoming extremely lazy with this type of stuff. Because even the people that got cars that can literally get up and go to the grocery store whenever they need to, they don't want to. They would prefer to get it dashed to them, you know. And yes, when I was doing it, DoorDash and Instacart, people was getting nothing but like junk. I'm seeing people getting the variety chips, big old boxes, the variety chips, $12.99, bro. Hot flaming chips. And I mean, majority of the orders that I had was straight junk. But it's like, and when you go to like the suburban communities, they actually don't shop for junk like that. They really get healthy foods. But when you in the city and you shopping for people doing DoorDash and Instacart, a lot of people in the city just they like junk food. They like just processed food, junk food, all this junk. That's why y'all really wanted the stamps on, bro. And if you ask me, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. I'm actually glad that a lot of people, I'm not saying that I'm glad that people get a chance to suffer and stuff, because I don't feel like, especially the elderly folks, people that need food, for their health, because trust me, I have iron deficiency. So without eating the right foods, your health is not good. You know what I'm saying? You're not in good shape. So I understand that a lot of people with these health issues and disabilities and stuff, they rely on food assistance or whatnot to eat healthy, which is unfortunate, because we shouldn't rely on the system, man. We shouldn't, though, for real. So I'm not saying that I'm glad that it's happening, for people to suffer. But honestly, to the females and the men out here that just buy straight junk food all the time, maybe this y'all wake up call. Real talk. You said people pay right? People paying $9 for ketchup, bro. Make it make sense. Okay. All right. So we're gonna look at another video by Yak Motley. But I'm gonna break this down. We probably gonna do maybe 10 minutes of this. Yeah, we're gonna do 10 minutes of this.
Let my shit not come on the 15th, and I'm gonna show them why I went to jail twice.
I'm a 21-year-old dad. I got 3 kids that I take care of, plus
like another one that isn't mine, but she's with me most of the time. Yeah, I was clutch.
Odessa, let's talk about it.
Okay.
If I'm getting
All right, hold on, y'all. I think this is a good one. Oh, my bad. Shout out to Yak Moly. He did another video called Food Stamps Ending Will Desperate Families Turn to Food Theft? Let's find out.
My motherfucking food stamp next month. It's gonna be war with me and the motherfucking stores. I'm going to Walmart, Target, Sam Plus, whatever. Walking in that
Sad clubs. Oh my God. Then she smacking. Then she doing all that. I'm sure that they have you on alert, ma'am. I'm sure they already identified who you are, you know? So they're gonna be looking out for you. Walmart, Target, all them places you just named. Sam's Clubs. They're gonna be watching you too, you know, because United States of America's, like the dude said, United States of America's, they watching yous. They's watching yous, peoples.
3 month card. So I better get off a food stamp. It's gonna be motherfucking war. If I get caught and go to jail, whoop the do, just know I get it for a motherfucking reason.
If I get caught and go to jail, whoop-de-doo, just, oh my God. So you finna put your life on the line for some damn food, and it sounds like your child is in the background, so you don't give a damn about your child, G. You don't care about your child, you care about how you can make it harder for your child. Because imagine how if you get locked up, what is that gonna do for your child? Your child needs you, obviously. No food stamps November. Let's see what she's saying.
They all on my phone telling me we ain't gonna get our food stamps November. Let my shit not come on the 15th. Let my shit not come on the 15th, and I'ma show them why I went to jail.
First off, do you have clothes on? Cause it look like you got a blanket on half of your shoulder. I don't think these people all got on bonnets and everything, man.
Jail twice. I don't give a fuck. I'm not in the mood. My birthday is in December.
My birthday in December too, but you don't see me online talking about I'm finna go steal out of stores and y'all tripping.
Thanksgiving coming up. I don't see that what I'm saying. Cause my mama already had used my 150 this month. That's why I should never. Thing about this government.
See, that's what happens when you see. Let me tell y'all something, man. Me and my husband were helping people as well before, and we stopped that a long time ago because we realized that we have to survive ourselves. We can't help everybody, man.
Shutdown. And like I'm a 21-year-old dad. I got 3 kids that I take care of, plus like another one that isn't mine, but she's with me most of the time. So I got 4 kids that depend on me on the daily basis to give them food and provide for them and to make sure that they have a house over their head. And I work a lot. My girlfriend, she works a lot too. So then we got this, we got assistance that is given to us because we're a low income family. And it's like, I see all these people out here talking about how people who use EBT or need EBT are lazy. Well, I'll tell you this right now, I ain't.
And I see exactly what he finna say. So he was about to say I'm not lazy. Let me tell y'all something. You don't have to prove yourself to the world, bro. These are strangers. They all got something to say. They all got something to say. Look, EBT should be used as for what it is used for, which is assistance, but most importantly, a tool. These things are used as a tool to help us in the need of, dang man, I'm getting a little tongue tied. And whenever we need assistance, it is there for us to get that assistance, but we got to also understand that it is temporary assistance. It is not permanent assistance, bro. They can literally turn it off at any given second. And stop listening to these people that say, oh, well, go get a 9 to 5 job. It's easier said than done. Like, man, just because a person don't have a job don't mean that they're relying on government assistance, bro. It's so many different things that goes on in people's lives, and y'all really don't know what goes on in the next person's life. Y'all just be ready to hop, skip, and jump and say, oh, all you got to do is work. I mean, soon as you work, you enter in the matrix, bro. You are a slave at this point. They want us to be slaves in the work industry as well. So either which way you look, you a slave to the system. Rather you getting food stamps, any type of government assistance, or you working a job, bro. They made it to where everybody is pretty much enslaved. And you ain't even gotta be black to be a slave. You don't. The system is the matrix, and the system will turn your ass into a slave. Real talk. You feel me? You said, so I'll assume nobody should believe God will provide. You feel me? Look, let me turn the camera. See, this shutdown is, I'm not sure if y'all opening up y'all eyes or not, man, but it is literally exposing to us who are firm believers and who are not. I'm telling you, you know what? I'm gonna be 1,000 with you, as far as I can remember right now, going back into September. Since September, the world has been exposed to us. The people that are heartless have been exposed. The people that was mocking death and stuff like that. Very heartless, cold-hearted. I don't care if Charlie Kirk was racist. I don't care if he was on the other side. All of that. At the end of the day, we're not supposed to mock death. All right? That's number one. Anybody that can mock death, you automatically have a cold heart. Real talk. Now, the government shutdown is exposing to us how many people truly rely heavily on the government. So we just went through people showing us how heartless and cold-hearted they are, to people showing us how they really don't believe in God. Even the people that go to church every Sunday, they rely heavily on the system, on government. So yeah, I mean, all of this that is happening before our eyes is really exposing the world to us. And I'm not sure if people are paying attention to this. But all you got to do really though is ask a person how they feel about Charlie Kirk's death. Like I said a month ago, ask them how they feel about that man's death, and ask a person that receives government assistance, and go to church at the same time. Ask them how you feel about Charlie Kirk's death. Oh, well, I don't feel like he deserved to die. Oh, okay, that's what's up. So how you feel about the government shutdown and the food stamps getting shut off? I just think that they shouldn't do that. They need to provide us with our assistance because we need it. We need ours. Oh, I thought you believed in God though. I thought you were a firm believer. No, I am a firm believer, but still, the government needs to give us our assistance, and we need to vote. And next thing you know, that's what's coming. It's the voting. Now it's the voting. I'm talking about, like, literally people, all they do is talk about politics. It's always politics. It's always about who you voted for. It's always about if you're on the left or the right, Republican, Democrat. It's never about God, though. They're missing the whole point. They missing the principle. It's about God right now. It ain't about Thanksgiving. It ain't about Christmas. It ain't about if you're getting your food stamps or not. It's about, at this point, who do you believe? What do you believe? Do you believe in man, in the system, or do you believe in God? Oh, I believe in God. Oh, okay. So why is it a problem that your food stamps will not be here come the month of November, according to what they have told, the people? Because they said that Look, they have. No, I just want to say this, and I'm not saying this because come November, what was I gonna say? Okay, let me go back. I want to say this first and foremost. These people have told us a lot of things in the past, right? And then they turned around and that wasn't the case. Y'all forgot about what happened back in 2020 before COVID even started and how people they bamboozled the people and they made it to where people ran into the stores, started getting tissue, paper towels, all type of soap, cleaning products, masks, gloves. Y'all forgot about that, and the whole world was going crazy, right? Everything was taken off of the shelves. Remember when the George Floyd situation had happened, and all across the map, people were rioting and looting stores and stuff like that. I remember that day. You remember? You know how they can just say something in the snap of a finger, just they can make people snap. If you ask me, I feel like that's probably why they called it snap. What is it? Supplemental needy assistance. What is it? Maybe I'm saying it wrong. But I believe that they call it SNAP benefits because in a snap of a finger, they can make people snap. Look at what people are doing now, snapping for their snap.
Lazy, I work my ass around to you any time of the day. Any time of the day.
Exactly. Man, you said why you stealing? I feel majority just afraid to trust God. I remember that folks bought that stuff for no reason. Yeah. Yep. Wait a second, let me see. Um, yeah, so that's the thing. They had people running into the stores and going to, and all they needed was the news media to help them hype it up a little bit too. And I mean, all that stuff was taken off the shelves, man. I remember going into the store, I was trying to get some tissue. I wasn't trying to get the stuff because everybody else was, I wasn't like everybody else. Everybody was scared and afraid and they felt like they was finna be locked inside of their own homes and all type of stuff. I didn't care about none of that stuff. I just needed some tissue for my house anyway. And I go to the store and every store I went to, the tissue was gone. I said, wow, they have made the whole world panic. And guess what? Nobody needed to do that. Nobody did. It was no reason for nobody to do that. They just, when things start circulating across the internet and on the news media, people become extremely scared. And look at the situation with the food stamps. Bro, it's not even November, man. And people are going, I would not be surprised if they turn those stamps on.
But it hurts my heart because now I gotta look at my kids and I gotta look at my family and I gotta wonder what the fuck I'm gonna do now. And it's 2025. Nobody should have to feel like that. Nobody should have to think like that. It's not like we're out here being savages fucking hunting for our food.
I want to know your comments down below on all this. I want to hear it. Are we at a point now where it's too expensive for young people to have children? 20-year-olds get married. They're high school sweethearts. They get a little house. They try to start by themselves. Is it too expensive now to have children at 19, 20, 21 years old like people used to do?
I mean, personally, I feel like the minute that you open up your legs or you lay down in the bed with somebody and, y'all do what y'all do, now you are held responsible as a parent, whether you a father or the mother, doesn't matter. Your responsibility is that child now. So regardless of your age, if you lay down, you are a parent. If and I mean, people know that this economy is expensive, but if that's what they decide to do, then they gotta live with that and they gotta understand, like, hey, I did what I did, so let me take care of my responsibilities. For real. He said, I ain't gonna lie to you, he said, is it because 21, man, at that point, you grown. 21, you're grown. Dude said he 21. Him and his girl, they got 3 kids together. They got another one. I mean, technically altogether they got 4 children. He's 21. Both of them they work. They both receive food stamps or whatnot, and it's not enough. Whatever he said, at the end of the day, I don't know, man. People do what they want to do. That's their journey.
I want to know your thoughts because I feel like that's where we're at. I mean, I'm 40 having children, and it's still expensive. Spent 20 years, work life, 20 years to be able to afford children. That's terrible to think about it. Just to be able to
Afford children, bro. Children is a blessing. I ain't gonna lie to you. People literally care too much about expenses. And I understand that, oh yeah, you got diapers, you got wipes, you got formula, you got this, you got that. At the end of the day, I had 5 of them. Okay. So I'm sorry, 6. Man, how the heck did I lose count? I have 6 of them. And out of the 6, I had the opportunity to take care of 4. And honestly, yes, wipes, pampers, formula, all that, it's expensive, but you're a parent and your responsibility is to be a parent. And most importantly, let's think about how children are a blessing instead of the money part. Like, for real.
eat, medical, housing, utilities. And I hate it for the young people. I feel sorry for them. I feel bad for them. But young people should be able to have children. We're having children too late in life now. That's my opinion on that.
And shit.
If you ask me, a lot of young people that I see has been, man, I know a guy who is literally 16 with 4 kids already. 4 different baby mamas, 4 kids, and he's 16. A lot of young people is having children very early, if you ask me. And then they turn to the streets and they become rap artists and stuff like that, to be able to pay their bills or, pay for their children. So
We can go to the grocery store and buy it. So why should I have to be worried about where my next meal is going to come from? I'll sit here and I'll starve myself any day for my kids to eat, but I shouldn't have to. I should be able to be strong so that I can feed my family. And I'm not saying that all my food expenses come from EBT, but at least for half of the month it does.
you see what I'm saying though? And didn't I just say this early on in the video? Mind you, I have not watched this video. I've never saw this. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time watching this too with y'all. But I said this early in the video. I said, man, how did you make it through then? Because I'm sure that those stems didn't last you for a whole entire month. It's too expensive out here, you know? And a lot of people are not disciplined with their stamps. So, yeah, how did you make it through? And then I said people are going to say, well, it was their jobs. The money that they get from their jobs, they use that to pay for food. Okay, bam, voila, there you go. So now, unfortunately, if you want to, you're probably going to have to put more work in at work and earn more. See, the system, this is what they do. See, they are going to make you go deeper into the system, go deeper into the matrix and be a slave. So now they're going to make it to where either you decide that you're done working or you just going to keep working and you're going to work so hard to the point where you will never be able to spend time at home with your family or nothing because ain't nobody getting no stamps, remember? According to them, nobody's getting stamps. So now it's up to you. How are you going to make it work? Are you going to put more hours in at work now? You see how that work? You see how they're about to make people turn into slaves? You said I thought money was mandatory to be in my child's life until I learned that they need my time more. Scratch the money, it's a tool, but nah, ain't that serious? Exactly. Yeah, it's not about money, man. It's about you being there. It's about time. Real talk. Things is expensive. We all know that. But stop trying to act like us as adults ain't expensive either. It ain't just kids. Yeah, kids, they want things, but that don't mean that you have to. See, you got to teach your kids discipline too. And I'm talking about as far as, hey, we got to be a lot more disciplined with the way how we do things around this house. Because I see a lot of parents, they giving in and they feel like, man, I'm finna go crazy if my child can't get their snacks. I'm gonna go crazy if my child can't get their pops and juices and stuff and candies and stuff like that for Halloween. I'm gonna go crazy. You know, life is for real. The things, and I'm talking about bills, house, car. As an adult, being an adult is a lot more expensive than having a damn child. Let's be 100. People steady keep, oh, kids is expensive. Actually, no, they're not. Cause my daughter, she's not expensive. You want to know why? Because we are very disciplined on how we spend anything for her. Real talk. As long as she got her some pull-ups, some wipes, and she got her healthy foods, because she don't eat snack. I mean, she don't eat unhealthy junk food like for snack. She eat healthy. She likes to eat healthy. Real talk. And most importantly, we don't introduce her into all that junk food, so she don't like that. But yeah, I mean, what? She wants some, if we got to get her some new toys for her age group, Dollar Tree. You know what I'm saying? Something for her to play with, or maybe teach her how to use her imagination. Coloring books, stuff like that. I mean, y'all just be going over and beyond. Let's be 100. Children are expensive if you make it become expensive.
Half the month.
And also from experience, like, okay, so I was a young mother of 3, right? When I first had 3 children, at the time, my youngest, back then, what was that, 8 years ago? Yeah, she was an infant. Now, mind you, I'm 24 years old with 3 children, single mother, trying to make it on my own. Part-time job, getting food assistance at the same time, and I was making it work. Guess what? Guess what I did? You want to know what I Hold on, let me talk to the people real quick, bro. Cause y'all gotta understand, I'm finna speak from experience real quick. I was 24 years old with 3 children, 3 little children at that, ranging from the age 4, 2, and an infant. And I was a single mother at that, with very, very, very little support. I was not getting the support that I needed. Mind you, their father was incarcerated, so I had to pretty much take care of them on my own. I had a part-time job. I was working no more than probably 30 hours. 30 hours was the most. Sometimes it would be less than that. I wasn't even getting paid enough at all. I was getting food assistance, but guess what? I wasn't out here crashing out, because I didn't land in jail behind saying, oh, I'm about to go inside the stores and get stealing this, that, and the third. If y'all don't give me this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I still provided for them and I made a way out of no way. And when I had an infant child, I had WIC assistance and I was making sure she had her formula, you know. I used the food assistance, EBT, to make sure she had her formula. How did she get Pampers? You want to know why? Because when I was pregnant with her, I knew that there would come a point in time where I wouldn't be able to rely on the government. I promise to God, I was so young. I was very young with that mindset. I'm like, man, I don't know why I feel like I should start stacking up on her Pampers right now. I'm not going to wait till no baby shower. I'm not going to wait for nobody else to do it for me. So I had a few $100s, you know what I'm saying? So I stacked up on boxes of diapers from sizes newborn all the way up into size 6, you know? And I kept stocking. I started buying boxes of diapers when I was 4 months pregnant with her. Then by the time she was born, when I tell you it was so many boxes of diapers in the house, we had to stash it in the closet. Then also she had more than enough wipes and stuff like that as well, because I was on that too. I'm telling you, for my women, that are single mothers, or for my women that don't have enough support out there, I highly, and if you're pregnant, for my pregnant mothers, if you're a single mother, you're pregnant, you ain't got no support, anybody out there like that, I highly suggest that when you find out what you're having, the gender of your child, if you want to find out the gender, or when you turn like 4 or 5 months, I highly suggest that you start shopping there, start making sure that you get clothing sizes all the way up until they turn, man, because these kids grow so fast. Real talk, my daughter's so big, she about to almost be in the 5T already, and she's only one. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? They getting tall extremely fast. So you got to make sure that you shopping for, you know, 0 to 3 months all the way up until 4T, 5T or something like that. You got to make sure you getting those diapers. I highly suggest that you get 2 boxes of diapers per month. Seriously. Or maybe even 3. That's how I did it. And I never had to go to the store. When she was born, I never had to go to the store. The only time I did have to was when she turned about 7 or 8 months old, and the brand of the diaper started to break her out so badly that I had to change at that point. So yeah, I highly suggest that y'all start there, and this is to the pregnant women that don't have enough support and that don't know how they gonna make it. Look, start somewhere. Don't wait until you have the baby, or don't wait until you get 8 months and now, or 9 months, or whenever the baby shower is, and now you're relying on the baby shower for Pampers and stuff like that. And if you don't have any money, I highly suggest that you use these non-for-profit organizations as a tool as well. A lot of these non-for-profit organizations get pissed off and irritable when you ask them for help, but that's my thing. Why are you mad that I'm asking for help if you are providing the help? Like, anyway, use these organizations as a tool to get you some assistance. Real talk. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all my little take on that. And I don't like when people say stuff like, oh, kids are expensive. No, being an adult is expensive. Being an adult is expensive because it was expensive before my child was even born into this doggone world. I was already taking care of bills and all type of stuff. We already taking care of this, that, and the third, and making sure we got this, that, and the third, before she even arrived. So it was already expensive then. And by the way, I still have a video when all the prices went up. You can go check out my videos and go all the way back to 2022. That will show you the rise in prices. The gas prices was high. Grocery prices started to become high. Fast food started to go up. All of that back in 2022. So the fact that people acting brand new and acting like, oh, what is going on? Most importantly, did y'all forget what Trump did? Yeah, y'all did, because y'all all got amnesia. You want to know why everybody has amnesia? It's because of what the system is doing to the people. The system is keeping y'all mind going. So y'all are forgetting that he definitely did say the tariffs was going to the look when you know what, I can't even shop off of Sheen or Shine anymore like how I used to. I would be able to get at least 10 items for a very low price. Now the shipping fees is so expensive, it is ridiculous. If you get 10 items and the price turns out to be $24, you're like, oh man, this is amazing. I get to get everything I need for a price of $24. Soon as you smack that checkout button, you go from, it jumps from $24 to $75. Ain't no way. No way. Seriously. So, I mean, he already showed us what he was going to do in the beginning of this year. The beginning of 2025, we already saw what this man stated he was going to do. I'm trying to see why everybody's acting so brand new and they don't get it. They don't know what's going on. Why is this happening? Bro, he signed so many different executive orders, it don't make no sense. And yeah, I believe one of them was about food assistance, SNAP benefits. But everybody took it for granted because they felt like, oh, that's later on down the line. We got a lot of time. Y'all, the days are getting shorter. The days are getting shorter because apparently now they're saying that it's 23 hours in a day. It's no longer 24 hours. We're going to look at that video on the next stream, by the way. But I mean, the time is going by so fast. And then they know how to keep your mind going because all they have to do is come up with the next trend or, have something surfacing uh that's extremely chaotic that everybody's talking about, like a disaster or a riot or a protest or whatever the case may be, or what Trump said or what the Trump administration said, and this person died and that celebrity going to court, all of that. It's easy to keep the people's minds wandering to the point where they forget that, hey, soon the food stamps will be getting shut off. Don't forget about that. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I already know. That's in 2026, though. 2 more days. It's going to be November. And let me remind you that in total, we are about 62 to 63 days away from January 1st, which would be 2026, right? That's right around the corner. Y'all sure y'all prepared for 2026? I mean, you couldn't have really thought they was going to start this in 2026. They were going to wait until the end of the year. I already started watching videos early this year about how this was finna go down. And I knew it was coming. I said, okay, so it's looking like by September, October, they probably gonna do it around the little pagan holidays to piss people off. Yeah, I already know what they on. So they're gonna do this leading into 2026 because they have to normalize it for the year of 2026 and the years to come. Y'all got to understand that ain't no amount of protesting, people getting online talking about it and talking about what you gonna do and all the threats and stuff. You already know what that's gonna land your ass at. But at the end of the day, no amount of rioting and going into the stores. You have to think about something. This man Trump is a real liar, okay? And if you ask me, I don't really feel like he's trying to build a ballroom. He's demolishing half of the White House to build a ballroom. I think it's more to it, and I have been hearing about that, and we're going to get into that in another stream as well. It's just Bible prophecy. Everything is Bible prophecy. Trump is a real liar. A real liar. He said the machine running everything. That's why they man running. Yep. Um, yeah, this should be a year of testimony for everybody. It should. But see, the thing is, nobody wants to tell their story. Nobody wants to speak from experience. People feel like they too good for that. They feel like, I'm not going to speak from experience. Why would I tell them that? That's irrelevant. They don't need to know that about me. Yeah, I mean, when you speak from experience, you never know who you could be helping, though, to be honest. Like I said, I was a single mom, young. I was 24 years old with 3 small children, all 2 toddlers and an infant with no help, really. I had one person that was a support, but they weren't really a support to me. I couldn't call on them for real when I needed help. They wasn't really there to help me like that. So I had to do it all by myself. I didn't crash out though. I was on the brink of crashing out a few times, because I'm like, man, how am I going to do this? But I never did though. I still took care of my children, still did what I had to do for them, still was their mother at the end of the day because I'm all they got. Real talk. And I still made it through. Still, you know. People used to ask me, "How did you get a car?" And you ain't really working like that. Because I use my brain, unlike everybody else. Well, how was you able to get a nice car? Because unlike everybody else, when they get their taxes, they go cray cray with it. They go and they spend it on unnecessary things. They want to look the flyest for the internet. Me personally, give me a cheap car. Give me something that I can get around in with my children. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna make sure it's fixed up and everything. And that's exactly what I did. And I was making it through like that. And people just always had questions. People got questions because they're lost. But what you do as a person with experiences, being that experience is the best teacher, you teach them through experience. Thank you. Um, and it's cool if people just want to watch and listen to what I'm saying and not engage. It's cool. I ain't tripping. At the end of the day, my biggest thing in regards to the government shutdown is, when is anybody going to mention that at this point we should rely heavily on God? When is anybody going to say that? When is anybody going to say, hello, it's the journey? It is your journey. But back to what I was saying about this going into 2026, they have to, I would not be surprised if the stamps come back on. I would not be surprised if the stamps come back on and they turn it into WIC. Like, they make it to where you have to buy nothing but veggies and fruits and dairy and no meat, no junk food, nothing. And, or, I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they never turn it back on. And they make it to where people can no longer rely on EBT food stamps. Because remember what he had planned for the year 2026 in regards to food stamps. Remember all of the changes that were going to be made in the year of 2026 pertaining to government assistance. Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, cash assistance, all of that. The stipulations for that was going to be probably 10 times harder. I would not be surprised if that's the reason why they shut the government down. And they're probably going to keep it down going into 2026. They're going to normalize it, and they're going to make it to where, this is just my thoughts, and they're going to make it to where, okay, now what are you going to do? Because no, you can't get food assistance. You have to do this in order to get that. That what you was doing in 2025 and 2024 and 2023, that no longer exists. We have new rules that you have to abide by now. And these rules are a lot more stricter in order to continue to receive food assistance. So, yeah, I mean, the the fact that people crashing out over this is crazy. You said they're finna be so lost without their God, which is the system. Exactly. Because that is their God. The system is their God because that's who they idolize. They idolize the system. Look at everybody across the world idolizing us. So you idolize something also when you can't keep your mind off of it. When you keep thinking every single day, all you think about is your food stamps coming on in November. Is it coming on? You keep checking the card. You keep looking online to see if it's there. And you're idolizing it at this point. That is your God now. And a lot of people don't know that they worship a lot of different gods, Real talk. Just because you have tarot card readers and people that do horoscopes and stuff like that, and whatever that other stuff is, paranormal, all of that. Honestly, that's not the only thing. It's so many different ways to worship and idolize things. or people or places. Real talk, people are weird. You would never know what a person is idolizing. You never know what a person does behind closed doors. You said picture what these folks would do to keep their stamps on. Yeah, they would do anything. They'll do anything to keep their stamps on.
Food is paid for by EBT, and it's like, so now what am I supposed to do? Not pay my rent, or not pay my vehicle, or not pay my electricity, not pay my vehicle insurance, which is needed in order to drive a vehicle? Like, it just makes no sense.
No, it makes sense. It's just sacrifices, and that's what a lot of people don't get. It's called sacrifices. I've been there. I've been there. I've had to make sacrifices before. I had to go without paying rent before, in order to make sure that we can eat. So yeah, done it. Been there, done it. Didn't lose my house or nothing. Just figured out how to make the payments when I came up with it. Cause like I said before in one of my other streams, you can't get something that I don't have. I mean, how you gonna get it if I don't have it? That's the thing, right? Everybody be worried about, oh, my car gonna get repoed, it's gonna get towed away. People just worry too much. Oh, I ain't gonna be able to pay my bills. I can't pay the gas bill, the light bill this month, so that means it's gonna get shut off. No, you have to literally, that's a buildup, honestly. That's a buildup. And people don't understand that. It's like, okay, if you miss one payment for your light bill or gas bill or phone bill, whatever the case may be, I mean, well, I take it back on the phone bill, because if you miss a payment for your phone bill, depending on what carrier you have, depends on if your phone can still stay on and you can pay the bill later on. But some of us, we have prepaid phone, like Metro, Boost Mobile, stuff like that. And if you don't pay that bill, they're gonna shut it off. They're gonna shut it off. Sometimes you can get 72 hours, but that only happens for you once a month. With certain phone carriers. But yeah, it's about making sacrifices. Sometimes you're just gonna have to go without paying a bill or two to make sure that you and your family can eat. Because when is people gonna understand that it's not about the bills? It's not about food assistance. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's not about these shoes. It's not about this game. It's not about this phone. It's like, when is people gonna understand that? It's not about none of that. It's about life. When is people gonna understand that? It's about life. Does your life matter? Or does your food stamps coming on in November, does that matter? Does it matter because you're gonna miss Thanksgiving or Christmas? Your life don't matter. You don't care about your life. People got to understand something too. This is judgment upon America. Okay, rather they turn the food stamps back on or they don't. At the end of the day, this is America's judgment, bro. This is America's wrath, and nobody can run from it. The only way for you to get away from it as an individual is for you to gain a close relationship with the Most High God and get on your knees and pray and repent. Because everybody that's here in the United States of America, if you're still here, whatever comes, whatever happens, it's going to happen, and we're not going to be able to stop it. All of the protesting and stuff, the No Kings protest, and hundreds and thousands of people and millions of people across the United States protesting with signs and stuff, and not going to help. Not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Okay? So, and I know it's hard for y'all to listen to something like that, because y'all like, girl, whatever, bye. You just, girl, whatever. It's just because you didn't go and you would never go. So that's probably why you're only saying. No, I'm saying it because it's the reality. The reality is no amount of protesting, rioting. All you're gonna do is make things worse because they're gonna say, oh, well, they're angry. So now let's go ahead and get martial law started. You got to understand this too. If you think that you're going to be able to go into the grocery stores and steal anything, you got another thing coming. They might be putting up a lot of surveillance cameras all around grocery stores, inside of grocery stores, retail stores, you name it. Because they already know that people are going to go insane if those stamps don't come on. More than likely, they might have a military presence there in front of the grocery stores, controlling masses of people. When it's time for you to go into the grocery store, you're going to be watched. They're going to make sure that they keep all eyes on you. They may definitely have the military as security inside of these grocery stores or outside of the grocery stores because it's that serious. Who knows? That's just my guess. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. Nothing that they do surprises me. Like, for instance, the food stamps going off. Not surprised. I'm not surprised if Medicaid is next or medical assistance also. Because I've been getting a lot of paperwork in the mail regarding that. Trust me. I'm already knowing what it is. I'm just glad that I know how to take care of myself at home, and the only time that I use the doctor as a tool or the emergency room is when I'm so ill, like I don't know what I'm gonna do, you know. That is my last resort, scheduling a doctor's appointment or going to the hospital. I don't have to majority of the time because I know how to take care of myself. But like I said, when it gets to the point where I'm just not feeling good at all, then yes, I will go to the hospital or the doctor. But the most that I would have them do is run tests on me. Blood work, you know what I'm saying? Ultrasounds, CAT scans, things like that. I'm not about to let no doctor talk to me in my face and tell me what they think it is. Run some tests so we can find out. I need to see how my levels is looking and everything. And the last time I went to the doctor to do that was months ago. And when I got my blood work results and I looked at exactly what it is, I said, "Oh, okay, I know how to fix that." Because I've been having the iron deficiency issue since I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm older, at times it can get worse. At times my bones hurt, you know. At times I feel cold when everybody is hot. I might feel a little weak sometimes, sick, tired, all of that. But I know how to cure that, you know, home remedies. I make detox drinks. I try to eat right the best way that I can. And why did I say eat the best way I can? Because I can literally go 3 days without eating. I've been doing a lot of fasting unintentionally. And I fast a lot now, being that everything is so expensive and we trying to stretch what we have. I will literally go without. A lot of parents have actually been doing that. But sometimes I have to be careful with how I do it because I don't want to damage myself internally because I know that I have issues with my iron deficiency. So I got to make sure that I eat something, you know? Can't go too long without eating. Right. You said, I'm not sure if it is just us, but I damn sure struggle growing up. Family ain't have it all the time. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, they act like they ain't never struggled before a day in their lives. Real talk. But man, you know what? I'm past my time. So we're gonna have to come back to this. Hopefully I can possibly do another stream later on today. But I got stuff that I have to take care of today. Um, Usually I would probably did like a 4 hour stream, 3 hour stream or something like that. But you know, I just say in these times, we must rely on the Most High God and trust God, because God is the one that can provide. Believe me when I tell you, honestly, over the last 27 days, 28, 27 days, we have been experiencing spiritual warfare at its finest, honestly. Me and my husband both. And we have had a lot of big battles, that we have had to conquer. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it was times when we like, oh my God, how we gonna do this? What are we gonna do? But the minute that we say that, the first thing we say, up, time to pray. Let's pray. We pray, right? That's how we was able to make it all the way to October the 29th. And when I tell you yesterday, we had got an abundance of blessings yesterday. All I kept doing was thanking God all yesterday. All yesterday. All yesterday. Me and him both thanking God, just constantly thanking him. We wake up in the morning every day, even on our worst days, and we thank God though. But yesterday, man, God provided for sure. He came through. And I'm telling you, we living in the times too where God is literally providing for his people right now. He is the answer at this point. And all of those people that felt like you were beneath them, I just wanna tell y'all this, man. And this is to all my God-fearing people out there. All the people that ain't have much like everybody else did. They ain't had the latest fashion. Couldn't just barely making it. We just gonna say that. Barely making it. But you grateful for your life. To all my people out there like that. God is literally providing for us in these times. And he will continue to provide. And anybody that wants to turn their life over to God, he will provide for you as well. Forget the government, man. Forget if they don't turn them stamps back on at this point. Because at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, was it really helping you though? Because if it was really helping you, you would have never had to suffer in the first place as you were working a full-time job or working overtime hours. Trust me. Because if $800 or not, $800 to $1,000 cannot last you for a whole month, and you got to use the checks that you getting from working your job or whatever to help you to get through the month in regards to having food and stuff in your fridge, then was the system doing you any justice in the first place? Were they? What was that SNAP benefit that you were getting every month? Was it really helping you though? Like, was it really helping you? Because I know a lot of people probably gonna be like, yeah, it was helping because I didn't really have to use too much of my check. Well, now you're probably gonna have to. Okay? It's just the reality at this point. And this is only if they decide that they're not gonna turn it back on. If they decide that they're not gonna turn it on, don't wait. Don't wait until they decide that they're not gonna turn it back on. But right now, in these times that we living in the moments right now where we're hearing November, no one's getting stamps. Take that and use that to say, you know what? All right, whatever, man. Y'all can have them stamps. I'm going to just make do with what I got right now. Or, I'm going to figure it out. Because that was temporary assistance anyway. I'm telling y'all, all help ain't good help, man, even from the system. But me and my husband, we have been planning on how we are going to make a huge meal or whatever like that. And so we've been watching YouTube videos. So I just want to give y'all some pointers. Go on YouTube, follow Cooking with Tammy. Shout out to her. I'll follow. She has recipe. She has a YouTube channel where she spends $10, okay, to make a recipe. Rather it lasts for a few days or maybe even a week. But I know a lot of people like $10. That's impossible. Honestly, not really. Not really. But yeah, I mean, go on YouTube, y'all. If y'all out there really panicking like that, y'all, come on, bro. Y'all sit here and y'all scroll through YouTube and TikTok and Instagram all day. I'm sure that you can use that time that you scrolling to type in how what is some recipes and stuff like that that you can make that can last you for maybe a week, maybe a few days. All right, make you a big old pot of some beans, make you a big pot of chili or something. Make a big pot of rice and just choose different things that can go with the. See, look, I just want to tell y'all this before I get out. I gotta get up out of here. Okay, so I have a lot of spaghetti in the cabinet that we haven't used yet, right? So I'm not gonna just go and get more spaghetti. Why would I do that? I already got spaghetti in the cabinet. So now, in order to add on, so now it's about adding on, guys. My bad. So now it's about adding on, y'all. You know, get you some, if you eat ground turkey or ground beef or whatever the case may be, get that, add that on to it, get the sauces, or maybe you can use that to make different pastas. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, get you a big old bag of 5 pound rice. You know what I'm saying? And then just use different things that you can, I mean, find different recipes and how you can make rice. I learned how to make Chinese food off of YouTube. You know, if it all come down to it, hey, what a rice at? You know what I'm saying? Just go get you some shrimps. I mean, not shrimps, like some beef, and chop the beef up with some bell peppers and stuff like that, and make a special sauce and add that into the rice or whatever. Then, well, you got pepper steak and rice or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. If you got a box of macaroni noodles, use that, make you a pasta or something. It's time to start making a big old pot of something that can last you for the week. I know you're going to get tired of eating it, but I know the kids might get tired of eating it. But at this point, now our duty as parents in this world in 2025, October 29th, 2025, is for us to be able to teach our kids about being grateful and being thankful for what you have. And you do not have to wait until Thanksgiving to show them what it means to be thankful, because guess what? The government shutdown is automatically showing you how to be thankful. I'm out.